Summer fragrances that work for every day. And I'm talking every day, every occasion, holiday, office, just something that's going to make you feel good and that feels weather appropriate. Fingers crossed. It's ironic that I'm doing this and we have a little bit of rain coming in Edinburgh. So these 5 will work across the board. I'm going to start with something that I have grown to, I say grown to love, I loved it from the first time I tried it. Aesop Tacit. It came out in 2015. I don't know where I'd been, but I just got this year and I absolutely love it. I know from my Street Scents videos, Aesop is a brand that a lot of people talk about and they've got some great fragrances, but a lot of them tend to be slightly heavier, oodier, leathery. But this is a sophisticated, modern green. It just feels like they've taken the green fragrances that we sort of had in the 70s and 80s. So we had, I wasn't around, but they've taken them and they've given it something which just feels a lot more contemporary. It's very sophisticated. It's got this beautiful basil note with some citrus, so it feels very fresh and elevated. Why I like this for summer is it's clean. It's clean, it's elegant. It feels like it just holds you with a really great comfort. I also like that it feels quite commanding and confident, so it really does kind of take you from that office to evening, to date, whatever it might be. Also just a really great summer holiday scent. I've been wearing this one a lot and I've really been enjoying it. With all these fragrances, these are just fragrances that I feel good about and that I don't really have to give much thought. On the dry down of this, it is a lot lighter. There's some of those woody notes, but I like this for the spice, the basil, and just a dash of citrus. And they will all be noted down below, so if you want to check them out, you can do. Okay, let's go for going from basil-y, citrusy, woodsy. I'm gonna go with a fragrance that is brand new. And when this arrived on my desk, it must have been, I wanna say 2-3 weeks ago. I have become obsessed with it. And it's actually one I've just been reaching for when I've been leaving the office, when I've been coming into the office. Miller Harris Celadon. Now, this is, again, another beautiful green sort of scent, but what makes this very unusual compared to the other ones on this is this tomato leaf note. Now, this makes me think of growing up. There was a greenhouse in my garden and my dad would grow these beautiful little cherry tomatoes. Sometimes they would grow, sometimes they wouldn't. Scottish summer, you just had to keep your fingers crossed. But there was this smell of slightly woody, slightly sort of herbaceous, but very lively and almost solar in the sort of quality that it had. So it smelled bright and it smelled alive and it smelled just like the perfect summer. And that is this in a bottle. Really beautiful, really fresh. Again, it's just such an easy wearer. There's also a tea note in this, there's a cedarwood note, there's verbena. So again, it feels very seasonally appropriate and just really gorgeous. Not in your face, just good. White shirt, great suit, or just an amazing pair of shorts and a little t-shirt for your summer holiday. Okay, let's go from these sort of like underplayed, very easy wearing to something which I feel is a lot more playful. And again, it's another brand new fragrance that came out this year, and it is Sunlit, Clementine and Vetiver by Molton Brown. This bottle kind of gives you everything you need to know about this. Super juicy, really kind of pops, very much a clementine. I like to think of a clementine of the citrus family as being kind of like the youngest, most playful one, slightly naughty, is going to kind of cause a little bit of trouble. And that is exactly this. It just feels like it's packed full of energy. And with all of these, I appreciate that these are sort of a mid-level to slightly more expensive. But on my website, manfromself.com, if you just go to the product pages, fragrance, hit the fragrance button, it's going to give you all the fragrances that I've reviewed and popped on there. And then you can filter by price, low to high. And there's some really great, slightly more budget friendly ones on there. Or if you want to splash the cash, you'll get them all on there. But all of these ones I've got will be on there. This is just a really energetic, lively citrus that has all this movement and just makes me feel like I could do anything in the day. It's less easy wearing and it's certainly more lively. What I do like about this, and when I first got this, I thought, oh, I'm just not so into the clementines and the mandarins and just the juicy fruit. Reminds me very much of Clinique Happy that I used to wear and I still love it. But I want something slightly more pared back. And this is why I'm talking sort of everyday wear, very easy wearing. This very much works on this journey from these bright citruses down to the vetiver, which is far more earthy, grassy, and grounded. And that's very much what's left on the skin. So it's very much a playful journey. And I think this is beautiful and one that I've really been enjoying wearing. And they've also got the shower gels in this, so you can fragrance layer your fragrance, shower gel, bit of this on top. So great. Okay, let's go. I'm gonna go with the fragrance that I wore a lot last summer, and you can see from the bottle here that actually, for me, who has got hundreds of fragrances across there, this has been very well worn. This is Vert Empire by Mizensir. This is lively, effervescent, very, it makes me think of a sort of sherbet sort of vibe. It's got all this movement, kind of a bit tight in the face, a little bit sour, but so beautiful. And this one sort of pairs very well with that sort of Aesop Tacit or the Celadon. Although it is that sort of lively with movement, it still feels like it's sophisticated, it's elegant, it's absolutely beautiful. It feels very structured. And the type of guy I feel like would be wearing this is the guy that's kind of graduated in a sense from some of these more playful scents and has moved up and thought, do you know what, I want something that's just a little bit more pared back, but together. But what works so well in this is this bright bergamot note that's been matched with this green tea. It's almost like you've got the bergamot to keep it moving, but then the tea that just pulls it back slightly and keeps it slightly under wraps, which I think really works with this. Then this beautiful woodsy base, but it very much stays around these sort of citruses for quite a long time, and then it works down. I would say with all of these, the performance is pretty good, and they do last on the skin. The sort of big projection ones, actually they're not all that shouty at all, but this one certainly has, I would say probably out of all of them, the greatest projection, but really beautiful, very easy wearing, and just quite a lively, fun scent. Okay, the final one I'm gonna go for is what I would say is kind of like the most classic of these ones, and that is Penhaligon's Castile. This to me is almost like quintessential barbershop scent, very clean, very much those citrus notes, but an overdose of neroli. It's almost like you've just had the most relaxing, close shave. You've been lying back, your eyes are shut, they're finished, and then you've got this warm towel across your face, and a little spritz of something. That is this, bergamot, neroli, petitgrain. You've got the orange blossom, so all these beautiful citruses that again just have this sort of waxiness to it. It's very much that classic citrus, fresh scent that's got this beautiful, musky, woodsy dry down. For me, it's one that I actually haven't worn as much as the rest, but one that I would very much recommend because I actually think loads of you guys will like this one. And pop into Penhaligon's, try it, maybe ask for a sample, wear it on your skin and see what you think. And as with all of these, they will be linked down below. Also check out the fragrance pages on manfromself.com. And if you like these sorts of videos, then please do press subscribe right now and comment, let me know what you're wearing. But until my next new video, bye-bye.